Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Miss Van is speaking out against Nell and I'm here for it. I feel like finally, because Miss Van does not get in anybody's business, she does not get in any mess. So for her to be addressing this publicly, that means Nell has done it. Does that make sense? You know, some people that stay out of things, they don't say anything. For them to feel like they have to call you out to let you know what you're doing is nuts, is wrong. Yes, you've done it. You've really outdone it. Now, you guys know from day one, I've always said, I don't know about Nell. Like, I think she is like, I just don't know whether or not she's been a really good friend to Mel because some of the things she's done are questionable. Now, of course, there were times where I would say, okay, let's give her some grace. But I feel like, in all honesty, she's shown herself to be disloyal. And that's pretty much a reoccurring theme at this point. If you guys saw the preview of the reunion, you could see that she was literally banging on about this whole mentor thing. Like, why are we still talking about it? And then to bring your deceased mother into it, like that is just some wild-ish. Now, I was watching Show Style and Spirit. Shout out to Ebony. So I was watching her the other day and I know that she messaged Lexi and via DMs and they were talking and she showed us all the screenshots. Now from the screenshots, it sounds like Lexi was saying basically like she doesn't understand why they would need to or want to be mentors to anybody. Like it's not like their marriage is something that, you know, she aspires to or looks up to, something along those lines. And I think there was also something about Nell didn't really have much of a relationship with her mother or a good relationship with her mother. And I'm just like, imagine that is actually the truth. Imagine it's the truth that she didn't really have a relationship with her mother and she is making it seem that instead of being next to her mom, she was out here being a mentor to Melody. It's absolutely wild to me. Now, I am going to show you what Miss Van said, but I do want to quickly address that. I feel like, let's be honest, if your parent is dying and instead of being next to your parent, you choose to go and be there for a friend that you've always been there for, and you couldn't take a day off to focus on your parent, that is on you. That should make you think like maybe something is wrong with your brain and the way you see priorities. Because why wouldn't you prioritize the person who doesn't have much time left? That's the person in her last days. That's who you should really be focused on pouring into. But instead, you mean to tell me that you chose somebody that you regarded as a friend because they were having marital issues that they've been having for a while? Are we serious? What are we doing? If truly she did that, that is not a reflection on them. They didn't ask you to do that. That is what you did. You took it upon yourself to make that decision that did not align with what ultimately you wanted. I almost feel like this is so sad, but I feel like it feels like a storyline and a little bit of a deflection. It feels like maybe perhaps she didn't like the way her relationship with her mom was strained. And instead of being there for her mom, she wasn't there for her mom. Maybe she didn't know it was her mom's last days. And she's now taking out that guilt on Melody when that's not really what it is. Look inwards and deal with that death and the guilt that you feel. Don't put that on someone else. Regardless, because even if I tell you to come, you have to make the decision to come and pull up. If you don't pull up, how would I be taking you away from your mom? And you mean to tell me that your husband couldn't say to you, wow, your mom needs you. You shouldn't be going anywhere. You need to stay with her. So both of you are not serious. Both of you do not have your priorities screwed on straight. And it doesn't hit the way you guys think it does. If anything, it makes you guys look terrible. I personally have always felt that Miss Nell wanted or wants to be on TV. She wants to be seen. And Lexi, her stepdaughter, confirmed it. Apparently, they've always wanted to be on TV. And I'm not surprised. But to try to snake the person that brought you on and gave you that opportunity to be on TV is wild to me. Even if you wanted to do certain things and be like, oh yeah, you didn't like the fact that she didn't give you a name tag, all that little thing and drama here and there, that's fine. But to literally try to make that woman look like a horrible person by making you leave your mom to go over and be looking after her is wild to me. And the fact that you even decided to do that, if that's true, is even worse. So I don't believe her. Now, we know Miss Van is very classy. Miss Van don't get involved in no mess, no ish. Even when Destiny said certain things, she does not get involved in it. The fact that she's out here posting this, I'm not sorry I believe Miss Van. I do not believe Nell or anything Nell has to say. I believe that Miss Van. So I'm going to read what she said. She said, "You sat at that tennis match and you lied to me." Wow. Somebody needs to interview Miss Van. I want to know what Nell lied about. I feel like I have a feeling I know what it is, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. Your mom? Question mark. Really? Shame on you. Shame on you. I hope it was worth it. I'm addressing it publicly because you tried it publicly. Okay? Miss Van is done with the shenanigans. She ain't feeling you. And I don't blame her because she has sat down quietly whilst people come after Melody. While people try to spew lies about her, spew lies about Miss Van. Instead, she's kept it. She took it on the chin and kept quiet. But I feel like it's one thing to see somebody that was in your face saying something else, say something different. And I think that's where Miss Van is coming from. And I don't blame her. If I were Miss Van too, I would be checking her because you're not about to stand in my face at a tennis match telling me something completely different. And then I'm watching the episodes and I'm seeing something completely different. At the end of the day, you guys are grown adults. There is no way production should be able to make you come up with this story and lie on your mom's grave if that's not... Does that make sense? Like, why would you even think that that is appropriate? I always think it's one of those things where, you know, when you lie so much, you forget your lies. This is why it's not good to be lying. Like, when you lie, you will forget. Someone will ask you about it months later. You say something completely different. And then we'll find out it's a lie. So just speak the truth. I have to say, I'm disappointed in Chris as well. Because it's like, it's one thing for Nell to be doing the dramatics. And I understand you want to be a supportive husband. But you can support her by telling her, boo, this storyline that you are going is not the way to go. But I feel like they're trying to garner sympathy. They want to have the same following Melody has, and I think they're probably trying to pull at the heartstrings of the audience. So I think from their point of view, now this is my opinion, and alleged, but it feels very much calculated. It feels like they think that the reason people love Melody is because Martell cheated on her and we felt sorry for her. No, that is not why we love Melody. Absolutely not. And so if you think that this storyline that you guys are now coming with is going to make us feel sorry for you, and then we're going to love on you and be Nell supporters, that is not the way to go about it at all. It feels very contrived. It doesn't feel right. We don't believe the story. We believe that you're crying wolf. I've never, ever heard somebody be so passionate about wanting to be labeled as a mentor. Who cares? You thought you were a mentor to me. I don't think you're a mentor to me. I see you as a friend. Who cares? Why are we still talking about it? Oh, I know some of you guys will say, oh, it's a reunion and stuff. Yes, but the unnecessary heat and then trying to make it seem like, oh, I left my mama for you. That's on you. But I bet if Melody said that's on you, then people are going to come for her and say she didn't have empathy. So I'm very curious to see how Melody is going to navigate dealing with someone like Nell playing in her face, because that's exactly what she was doing. At this point, she was just playing in her face. I feel like Nell is like everyone else, trying to secure the bag, trying to secure her spot on the show. I think that is all it is about. She probably feels like, if I want to remain on the show, then I have to come for Melody. And that's the only way I'm going to get camera time rather than being her friend. And I feel like that is exactly what she's doing. She's trying to come back next season. I think she thought that she would be able to drag out this whole beefing with Melody thing the whole season. But it did not become a thing because when she had that conversation with Mel, Mel was just like, okay, I wish you had told me this before. I would have apologized and that would have been it. So that should have been the end of it. It honestly felt that this reunion was just come for melody. Now I understand what I think Sunny was saying, where it just felt like a lot on one person. I can definitely see that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.